Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever you are. We extend you a very hearty welcome, very warm welcome. It's a green morning, it's a green afternoon, it's a green evening. Wherever you are world over, we hope you're taking care of your health, your wellness, and you're happy. That is something very important, which we are very, very keen. You got to be happy whatever you do. You got to enjoy whatever you do. The world is a beautiful place and everything would appear to you the way you feel about it, the way you think about it. Today, we have got a very important session because we are moving in our journey further. If you recall that 5th of October last year on the International Teachers' Day, World Teachers' Day, we had launched a book called Rethinking Tourism Post-Pandemic. It's an ebook which is available. And in the last couple of months, we have done approximately 6 chapters with all of you on different themes where tourism, hospitality, aviation, planning, marketing, management, policy framework, everything we have discussed and how India tourism is at present, what it is likely to be in Amrit Kal when you think about the 2047, when India would be celebrating 100 years of its independence. At the same time, India has got the presidency of the G20. How do you look at it? Because tourism can play very pivotal, very important, very creative, very innovative, and very economic some kind of a program as far as the G20 Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, and one future is concerned. Today we are going to the ebook chapter number 7. That is new norms in tourism, particularly vocational education. Let's travel together. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about education and vocational education, we always think about ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, for innovative education, futuristic education, technology-based education, and demand-based education, need-based education, innovative education, all that whatever you can think about, we always try and bring it over there. The book which I was sharing with you in a little while before, which we launched on 5th of October, it has got 15 chapters, 6 chapters we have already done with you, and today is the 7th chapter. Let's move together. And it is useful for students, for teachers, for everybody. If you come to the ICSI web portal, which is www.icsiindia.in, right on the opening page itself, you have the ebook which you can download. Can you see that small, arrow which has been shown, your hand sign? You can go over there and you can download this ebook. You can go through in your own time, read like a novel, enjoy it. Each and every chapter will give you something new, how beautiful India is, how vibrant India is, how colorful India is, how diversity in unity is India. So we have talked everything over there. Also on the homepage, you can see there's a free membership available to all tourism stakeholders. If you are a tourism educator, teacher, counselor, trainer, coach, mentor, if you are travel agent, tour operator, tourist transporter, tourist excursionist, immaterial, whosoever you are, you can download, you can be the member, forum of educators and skill providers for tourism, which you can enjoy. Rethinking tourism. And as I was telling you, chapter 1, that's tourism products that we have done with you on 6th of October on 2022. You can go over there. You can see our webinar, that is 1682, and you'll get the entire Rethinking Tourism chapter 1, where refocus, reboot, revive, survive, thrive and drive, and repackaging tourism. Then on 7th of October, we have done chapter 2, COVID-19 and impact on the tourism. As we all know that tourism was the bird which was hit first very sensitive. Everything locked down. With tourism is hospitality. With tourism and hospitality is airline. And so many other businesses are interdependent on this. Everything came to standstill, first to be shut and the last to be open. So we have gone on to COVID-19 impact on the tourism, economic impact, environmental impact. Then on 8th of October, we have done the chapter 3 with you, repackaging tourism post-pandemic times. How do we basically repackage everything? Then we had come to chapter number 4. On 11th of October, we had done the beautiful program for you, public and private sector initiatives for tourism recovery in India in the post-pandemic time. 12th of October, we have done chapter 5, new normal in Indian hospitality industry in the post-pandemic period. You must have enjoyed. On 13th of October, we have done chapter 6, that is reviving aviation industry post-pandemic. And ladies and gentlemen, today we are moving ahead from there. That's on 22nd February 2023. And we have got today new norms in tourism vocational education. When we talk about education, okay, with education, your academics, you've got your skill program, competencies, your capabilities, your passion, your devotion, your dedication, what makes you feel happy, all that when we talk about. So we are talking about vocationals right over here, the new norms in tourism, vocational education, rethinking tourism, ebook chapter 7. Now, over here, look at this beautiful tree. Look at its trunk. इसकी जड़ों को देखिए, इसकी जड़ें कितनी मजबूत हैं. कोई नहीं जानता ये कितने साल पुराना पेड़ है, और इसकी शाखाएं, इसकी जड़ें, और देखिए इसकी सारी सुंदरता. बिकॉज द फाउंडेशन जो है वो डिपेंड करती है कि ये जो पेड़ कितने साल रहेगा. उसी तरीके से हमारी जो एजुकेशन इकोसिस्टम है, हमारी कम्युनिटीज हैं, उसके अंदर हमारी संस्कृति, हमारी grassroots, how strong they are, how do we communicate to get connected, how is our civilization, how are our institutions, what are the social norms and social values, and how is the economy doing. As you know that when you take the global, the competencies and you talk about the economies, you will see India is doing extremely well as compared to many other economies as far as the GDP and the growth part is concerned. So, सबका आधार क्या है? That's your education. शिक्षा, कौशलता और उद्यमिता, इन 3 चीजों को लेकर चलते हैं. इस पेड़ की शाखाओं को और इसकी जड़ों को और इसके मजबूत तने को देखिए. और ये सब कुछ कहां से आता है? Through education. Individuals acquire the specific skills, specific competencies, specific knowledge that support their personal career growth and personal career path. That we have to take into consideration. ये देखिए, कुछ एक हमारे young lads, they are into nature lab. At present, they are crisscrossing, beautiful songs you can sing, you can walk through, backpack, आप चल रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, पेड़ पौधों के साथ एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, नेचर को एंजॉय कर रहे हैं. Tourism education can create sustainable world, and there's a sustainable tourism, and that can empower entire young minds. थोड़ा और आगे चलते हैं. Do you know that there are approximately 1005 institutions in India as on date, जब मैं आपसे बातचीत कर रहा हूं. So there are more than 1000 colleges and training institutions and universities. Those are imparting education related to travel and tourism. अब ट्रैवल एंड टूरिज्म की अगर हम बातचीत करते हैं तो यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन, बैचलर डिग्री, मास्टर डिग्री, और अभी आपकी डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी भी आ रही है, कुछ फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज भी इंडिया आ रही हैं, एंड उसी तरीके से आपके होटल मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट है, फूड क्राफ्ट इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं. ऑल दैट वी टेक इनटू कंसिडरेशन. और अगर मैं पीछे मुड़ के देखता हूँ अपने जीवन में, तो मुझे याद आता है वो सब जब मैं IITTM के साथ way back when we people started, and it was a beautiful journey with everybody, something so beautiful, and that was IITTM, that is Indian Institute of Travel and Tourism Management. And there are many other institutions. That was the government first institution. अभी टूरिज्म की रेलेवेंस क्या है हमारी डे टू डे लाइफ के अंदर, इकोनॉमी में कैसे बेनिफिट करता है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट में कैसे बेनिफिट करता है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को कैसे बिल्ड करता है, यूथ को नेशन बिल्डिंग में कैसे लगाता है, एंड हाउ डज इट गिव इंटरनेशनल पीस ऑल्सो and prosperity and growth also. You know, generally we call it in a terms that tourism is the passport to peace because it can bring so much of peace. Tourism के माध्यम से when you travel, when you meet people, when you greet people, when you treat people, you understand other human beings. और तुमको लगता है कि दुनिया बहुत अच्छी है, ये लड़ाई झगड़े क्यों हैं unnecessary. टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री को अगर हम लेकर चले तो just before the pandemic, you know, this particular sector, it was generating almost 7% and above the global trade. और हर 10वां शख्स पूरे वर्ल्ड में, हर 10वां इंसान पूरे वर्ल्ड के अंदर, they were employed with the travel and tourism industry. अगर हम इसको लेकर चले तो बहुत सारी इकोनॉमीज ऐसी हैं जो होली सोली डिपेंड करती हैं टूरिज्म की ग्रोथ पर. नाउ टूरिज्म, हॉस्पिटैलिटी एंड एविएशन इंडस्ट्री की जब हम बातचीत करते हैं तो इसके एडवांटेजेस क्या है इंडिया को. देखिए, एक तो डाइवर्स अट्रैक्शन है. इंडिया इज अ ब्यूटीफुल डेस्टिनेशन फॉर ऑल सीजन्स, ऑल टाइम्स. कोई भी यहाँ आ सकता है, कहीं गर्मी में, सर्दी में, बारिश में, किसी भी मौसम में आप आ सकते हैं. आपको अलग अलग वेराइटीज पूरी कंट्री की डाइवर्सिटी में मिलेंगी. इट्स ए ज्योग्राफिकल डाइवर्सिटी, इट्स ए कल्चरल डाइवर्सिटी, बट एट द सेम टाइम देयर इज अ यूनिटी बिकॉज इन सब डाइवर्सिटीज को यू नो टुगेदर लाकर. So now the new education policy is also on the way. We are hearing it. Emerging trends के अंदर rural tourism, pilgrimage tourism, eco-tourism, adventure tourism, medical tourism, heritage tourism, luxury tourism, and many more are coming up. Then there's a notable trends in tourism, lighthouse tourism, wellness tourism, and then called camping sites tourism, soft adventure tourism. All that is the part. And then, of course, you have got wonderful airlines coming up. You must be knowing कि Air India ने कितना बड़ा order place किया है with regard to the new aircraft which will be brought in the fold of Air India. At the same time, a large pool of hotels are coming up. Intercity cabs, your Ola, Uber, other transportation, then the bus network. और इंडिया के अंदर जो रेल नेटवर्क आ रहा है, आप इमेजिन कीजिए. जब आप कहते हैं गति शक्ति और वो सब चीजों की बातचीत करते हैं तो कैन यू इमेजिन हाउ मच इज कमिंग अप इन इंडिया. वंदे भारत एंड अदर काइंड ऑफ अ टूरिस्ट ट्रेन्स व्हिच आर कमिंग अप. Airline industry, mind blowing, mind blowing. New airports are coming up, new aircrafts are coming. Lot of employment would be generated. उन सब लोगों में, उन सब जगहों में जहां जहां एयरपोर्ट बनेंगे. आपको जेवर एयरपोर्ट का भी पता है जो दिल्ली के पास नोएडा में आ रहा है, यूपी के अंदर. इट्स गोइंग टू बी गेम चेंजर, गेम चेंजर. बिकॉज एक एयरपोर्ट आने से वहां की इकोनॉमी में क्या चेंज आ सकता है. जैसे आपने थोड़े दिन पहले भी सुना होगा, अरुणाचल इज नाउ डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड थ्रू द डोनीपोलो एयरपोर्ट which has come up just near the capital Itanagar. Something wonderful. Now, most visited websites in India for travel and tourism, they are listed right over here. This program is going on YouTube. You can see it at your own. Go through these websites. You will enjoy so much. There's so much to share and so much to learn and so much to know what all is going on in travel and tourism industry, in skills, in education, and everything related to. Now, the important travel apps in India, when you talk about, can you imagine that these are all which we have listed over here? These are wonderful travel apps. You can see Ola cabs are there, Uber cabs are there, Make My Trip is there, Easy My Trip, you know. Then Sky Scanners are there, Trivago is there, IRCTC, जो railway का है, that is a Rail Connect, Incredible India, TripAdvisor, Yatra, Ease My Trip, and Travel Triangle. Like that, there are so many apps and softwares are available. Data analytics or artificial intelligence is also coming in a very big way as far as travel and tourism is concerned. Now you got to discover the latest technology trends in travel, tourism, hospitality, aviation. We have listed 13 of them for you right over here. You can see them. You can download. whatsoever is your interest, whatsoever is your passion, whatsoever is your education, what you are taking, you can download these and you can learn a lot from there. Mobile apps for travel professionals. Now, जब हम बातचीत करते हैं मोबाइल एप्स की ट्रैवल प्रोफेशनल्स के लिए, तो एक ऐप है ट्रिप्स एकेडमी. When you'll get into the details, you'll get so much of stuff over there. अब एक नई टर्म आई है, फिजिटल मॉडल फॉर टूरिज्म एजुकेशन. जैसे हाइब्रिड मॉडल कहते हैं हम कि भाई आधा क्लासरूम में हो जाए और आधा बाहर नेचर के साथ हो जाए. तो टूरिज्म तो वैसे ही सब कुछ प्रैक्टिकल है. तो फिजिटल मॉडल ऑफ टूरिज्म एजुकेशन कमिंग इन अ वेरी बिग वे, एंड यू गॉट टू एक्वायर द स्किल्स. That is customer service, customer delight, amazing the customer, marketing skills, storytelling skills. जो टूरिस्ट गाइड्स हैं, कोई भी जो टूरिस्ट गाइड बनना चाहता है, सबसे पहले आपकी निपुणता, आपकी कौशलता, आपकी स्किल, आपकी कॉम्पिटेंसी स्टोरी कहने में होनी चाहिए. दैट इज समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एम्पैथी, you got to be empathetic to others. You got to have patience, innovation, entrepreneurship, ability to identify and harness the power of the new technology such as big data and the artificial intelligence. Now, when you talk about skill set that requires post-pandemic digital, social and green economy के लिए आप देखिए बजट में कितनी बातचीत हुई है. अभी यहाँ पर जो vocational education है, right from the 6th class onward, if you see the CBSE board also, what all is coming up over there, and 9 verticals when we have taken separately: artificial intelligence, beauty and wellness, design thinking, financial literacy, handicraft, information technology, marketing, commercial applications, mass media, and travel and tourism. Now, travel and tourism, when I talk over here, ladies and gentlemen, has got a great future. I'm pretty sure आपको ये भी पता होगा कि 2023 हम Visit India year मना रहे हैं. People are enjoying quite a bit of it. So over here, when we talk about it, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India has initiated a campaign towards Your Tourism. Your Tourism Club होने चाहिए. Your Tourism जुड़ने चाहिए. जो youth हैं, they are today and they are tomorrow. और जो लोग आप interested हैं, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India की वेबसाइट के ऊपर या MyGov के ऊपर जाकर आप लोगो डिजाइन कर सकते हैं. और इसकी जो स्टार्टिंग डेट थी वो February 15th है, और ये 1 मार्च के शाम के 5:30 बजे तक you can send your logo, and might be you get some big prize, you might get some reward, you may get something. You got to understand. अभी देखिए कोरोना काल के अंदर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने विजन दिया, देखो अपना देश, that everybody should travel. और देखिए मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने जिन लोगों ने 15 या 15 से ज्यादा लोकेशन विजिट की, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने उनका पूरा बजट फंड किया है. And I have learned with a pleasure from somebody that more than 2 lakh people have taken advantage of that. तो ये 15 लोकेशन, भारत इतना खूबसूरत है, जितना आप ट्रैवल करेंगे आपकी प्यास बढ़ती जाएगी. Because it's such an amazing country, so many cultures and so much of heritage that all is available. Now countries, बहुत सारी कंट्रीज हैं जो टूरिज्म पर बहुत ज्यादा फोकस कर रही हैं. उनमें कोलंबिया है, इजराइल है, सऊदी अरेबिया है. सऊदी अरेबिया तो अपनी मैन पावर भी तैयार कर रही है. 1 लाख बच्चों को सऊदी अरेबिया में, तो उनको की जो हॉस्पिटैलिटी की स्किल्स है वो दी जा रही हैं, टूरिज्म की स्किल दी जा रही है. और इन्होंने इस पर्टिकुलर सेगमेंट के अंदर $100 मिलियन के इक्विवेलेंट अपनी तरफ से इन्वेस्टमेंट करने की अनाउंसमेंट की है सऊदी अरेबिया में. and they will be training more than 100,000 youth on tourism jobs. IATO, Indian Association of Tour Operators, उन्होंने कुछ वक्त पहले एक MOU साइन किया था, German Travel Association, to promote bilateral tourism between India and Germany. So more and more people should understand that our associations are also doing commendable work to bring in more traffic to India. Now, traditional universities, उन सबको समझना पड़ेगा कि कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर इज ऑल्सो टेकिंग इंटरेस्ट. कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर को ये लगता है अगर ये थ्योरेटिकल पढ़ा रहे हैं, मुझे इन बच्चों को दोबारा स्किल करना है, अपस्किल करना है, इनको वो सारी ट्रेनिंग देनी दोबारा से. तो मे बी इफ the educational hubs and institutions will take more time to bring changes in the syllabi, in the curriculum, in the program. The day is not very far when the corporate sector themselves, they will set up a couple of their institutions. Some companies have already set, such institutions, and others are in the process. Now, challenges before from, change in the student market. You got to understand how market is so diversified. Each and every customer is important. You cannot afford to lose any customer. Otherwise, what would happen is your client will go to someone else. Now, sustainable tourism की pedagogy क्या है? इसकी कुछ core literacy और कुछ एक competency है. मान लीजिए टेक्निकल लिटरेसी की आप बातचीत करते हैं एज ए कोर लिटरेसी, कॉम्पिटेंस क्या है? जो कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस है, इट अडॉप्ट्स टू सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट. और यहाँ पर सब्जेक्ट का एरिया, सब्जेक्ट की डिसिप्लिन एंड लर्निंग ऑफ नॉलेज एरियाज, that is also something very important which we have to understand. Ecological literacy is important, ethical literacy, multicultural literacy, analytical literacy, and political literacy. All that moves towards tourism education. Think and think. जैसे ये बल्ब जल गया है, वैसे आप भी कुछ बड़ा सोचेंगे तो आप कर पाएंगे. Our chamber is very happy and we are very proud that way back in 2000, in 1994, we brought India's first finishing school for service industry, and it is doing extremely, extremely well. And when you talk about the personality development, communication skills, collaboration, creativity, innovation, curiosity, critical thinking, all that is the part which we have to take care of. Now, ICSI set up in 1994 finishing school. No stress, no anxiety, no depression, everybody positive, no competition, collaboration. Everyone has a right to grow for a particular profession. During this particular period, we have trained more than 52,000 youth and more than 35,000 teachers through service industry finishing school, which is first of its kind, unique in India. That is something amazing. Now, further, if you come, these are different areas in the finishing school: your psychometric test, your personal grooming, your personality enhancement, your basic computer skill, your communication lab, your English language aptitude lab, your soft skill lab, your dining and social etiquette, your health and yoga, your media entertainment, because that can play a very important role. Then comes creative, the logical thinking lab, mock interviews, group discussion, placement, and MSME and technical skills. And finally, you have got personified personality, which can be absorbed in the industry directly. Now, glimpses of the youth and educator empowerment at the finishing school of ours. You can just see, you can enjoy how beautifully it was being done. These are some training sessions which are going on over there, and you can enjoy. Then comes grooming tips. This is another area which you have to take into consideration, because personal grooming, professional grooming, head to toe grooming, because you got to take care of the person in all respect. Counseling session, where the counselor one-to-one interacts with the potential students, those are going to seek job somewhere. Listening skill, communication to connecting skill, social etiquettes, dining etiquettes, group discussion and mock interviews, transformation, that is a women empowerment, is one of the important agenda which has been taken up by the Honorable Prime Minister, the cabinet, and everybody supports that women empowerment is very important. When we talk about transformation, that means ready to join industry, be ready, and you can move on. You can take the best of your personality. Our chamber had done some CSR activities. We adopted certain village students, and they all were groomed in a particular manner, keeping their passion, their skill, their attitude, their aptitude, everything into consideration. And finally, these children, when they passed out, they brought such a colorful, future for themselves, that each one of them, they got wonderful openings and avenues. Now, such a program of finishing school, it helps in the national integration also, because children from Northeast region, children from other places, they all come together and they study together. That brings the spirit of the nation building. Yes, program of ICSI, that's the Youth Empowerment Skills. Wonderful program. You can pick up each and every thread from here, whatsoever is available. Now, this pandemic has changed everything, if we all understand, because post-pandemic, things are altogether different. We have got more emphasis on capacity building, more focus on skills gaps, which we have to take into consideration. But the life has to go on. You got to get active once again. You got to really put in your best foot forward, and whatever you can do for the country, you should try and work it out. And 10 steps, that means your own growth. First of all, you got to say, who am I? What am I doing? Why I'm doing? What can I do? How do I move? That is something very important. So our chamber, from the finishing school, post-pandemic time, we have moved to so-called digital inspirational lab. And we strongly recommend that every school, every college, every university, every ITI and polytechnic, and every vocational training center, they should have concept of finishing school and journey from finishing school to digital inspirational lab, and wonders can be done over there. We wish to share. If anybody is keen, we can organize a special program in your college for the youth as well as teacher. So this is all inspirational lab, the areas what we will cover, but our main focus is going to be on mental wellness, physical wellness, professional wellness, social wellness, and economic wellness. So ladies and gentlemen, capacity building of educator and youth, it is today's agenda and something which we all have to do together. How should we make it happen? Let's keep our vision, our mind, our ideas, everything open, and we give our valuable inputs in terms of providing capacity building programs to our teachers and our youth. We all know that India has got the G20 presidency, which is going very strong, and more than 200 events are going to take place before the final event of G20 takes place at the end of this year. But meanwhile, during this particular period, lots of deliberations and lots of valuable inputs are coming up. That's what we have to understand. Youth, those are coming for these programs from G20. They have got wonderful ideas. Youth as tourism and culture ambassadors of India. Each one of you is welcome to visit. The Tourism Working Group first meeting had taken place as a part of G20 on 7th, 8th, and 9th of February, and that is in run of Kutch. Over here, you can see the delegates of the 20 countries. This is the first meeting. This is the inaugural session, which is going on over there in run of Kutch, and people are enjoying. The next one is on 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That is 3 days event, which is coming up in Siliguri, Darjeeling area of West Bengal. The next mega event will be organized in Delhi, and that's going to be your, the complete investment summit, where everything related to travel and tourism, what kind of an investment is needed, it's going to be the B2B and B2C as well. And thereafter, there'll be a ministers' conference in Goa somewhere in month of June. Now, we all know there's a new education policy, and this new education policy document is fundamental principle is access, equity, quality, and affordability, and accountability. I repeat it for your benefit and my benefit: access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. This all is a part basically to take the journey forward. And if we implement the new education policy 2020 along with the G20 summit in a very pragmatic way, lot can be achieved. 4 priority issues have been identified for deliberation in the G20 education vertical. Number 1, ensuring foundational literacy and numeracy, especially in the context of blended learning, making technology-enabled learning more inclusive, qualitative, and collaborative at every level, building capacities, promoting lifelong learning in the context of future of work, and strengthening, the research and promoting innovation through rich collaboration and partnership is also the important agenda which we have to take into consideration. Now, pedagogical innovations, when we talk about, now the innovations in the hospitality and tourism education, it has to be in the technical, that is when we are talking about teachers, psychological factors, organization conditions, and then of course the macro environmental and factors, all that we have to take into consideration. Capacity building for future skills through skilling, reskilling, and upskilling, and promotes lifelong learning is the key integral part. Now, tourism education of the future, when we talk about, ladies and gentlemen, everything is undergoing sea change post-pandemic. A lot of new things are coming up, and that is the way we have to see improved digital competencies for the teacher and students, improved soft skill of the students, improved professional competencies of students and professional, and the future of the hospitality industry, and therefore hospitality education has been a growing question in the minds of the professional and investors. As the pandemic has swept around the globe, it has impacted nearly every industry, but hospitality industry in particular, it has suffered a lot. We have repacked a tourism program for you. It's Rethinking Tourism Education and Job Placement Pandemic. Is going to be the interactive session, wonderful session. Tomorrow evening, we will be talking about it and we will be working out further what all can be done. Now, tourism is likely to generate, when you talk about 1 trillion, US dollar equivalent by 2047, and you got to make optimum use of technology. The future of the tourism, emerging niches, new travel styles, and a shift in travel expectations. Sustainable tourism development goals, everybody talks, we all know. And goal number 4 is for education. So tourism, in fact, is related to all the sector 17. If you see it over here, how tourism is related. So ladies and gentlemen, our strong recommendation is, why not domestic tourism? Our art, our craft, our culture, our heritage, after values, our costumes, our cuisine, our dances, everything should be integral part of our education ecosystem. Because as far as domestic tourism is concerned, you can bring some statistical changes, but basic framework remains same. We should focus on rural tourism, village tourism, agri-tourism, green tourism, nature tourism, all that can be taken care of. And we strongly recommend that travel as much as you can. See entire India, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and that is while traveling within India, that is amazing. Domestic tourism also has got great strength. At the same time, we invite foreigners also to come and visit India, enjoy themselves. And finally, we would like to say, whatever the human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. It's very much possible. The human mind has to be creative, innovative, and futuristic. So let's come together. Tomorrow evening, once again, we would be meeting and we'll be having a distinguished guest. That is Anuj Mahajan, who is the filmmaker. He's a business coach. He's an entrepreneur. And he would like to talk to us and interact tomorrow on habits for success. Because we got to understand today's youth is tomorrow's leader. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, let's come to the end of today's presentation. Look forward to meeting you tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock. Stay fit, stay fine, enjoy your day, your afternoon, your evening, whatever it is. But tourism is the backbone of economy. Tourism can bring so much of growth We just can't imagine. We just can't think. So let's focus on tourism. Let's adopt tourism. Let tourism become the integral part of our day-to-day life, and why there should be a separate education. As far as domestic tourism is concerned, everything should be deliberated within the country. Everybody should be accepting that within the country. And like we do lots of campaigns for outsiders, let's do some campaign for domestic tourism as well. With these words, look forward to meeting you tomorrow evening once again with yet another powerful, wonderful, scintillating, and captivating evening when we join the gentleman tomorrow's speaker at 8 p.m. With these words, our deepest and heartiest congratulations to everybody, whosoever is in India, because it's a G20 presidency and none other than Mr. Amitabh Khan, who basically from 1980 batch, the IS officer, Indian administrative, he has got wonderful ideas. When he was in Kerala, his own parental cadre, he talked about God's own country. When he came to Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, he talked about Incredible India. Now, Make in India. Lot of other campaigns are there. Till recent past, he was CEO Niti Aayog, and now the Honorable Prime Minister has given him a big responsibility to take care of the entire kitty of G20. And he is very passionate about tourism. I'm pretty sure India has got wonderful future as far as tourism is concerned. Acquire skills, get the desired skills, and launch yourself. The world is awaiting for you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Namaskar. See you tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. with yet another